Fighting Blindness Membership Awards, brought to you by the Foundation Fighting Blindness. Now, I had like a whole music thing planned. That kind of works.
Welcome to the first annual Foundation Fighting Blindness Membership Awards.
Okay, that totally doesn't work. We're going to actually do a co-host thing because that worked so well at the Oscars with James Franco and Anne Hathaway. Thank you. Table 4. This is going to be great, though, because we're not going to do any of that lame banter that they do award shows between the two hosts, and the award winners aren't going to give speeches, so we don't have to do that awkward thing where we, like, play them off the stage with the music. We're just going to give out an award. They're going to come up here. This is called stage right in the biz. They're going to get their lovely award, and they're going to walk off and go back to their seats, and then at the end we're going to take a photo. There's going to be dancing and drinking and good times aplenty. So are we ready? Please, please help me welcome my co-host. Folks, you know him, you love him, he's tall. He is Jim Minow, the Chief Development Officer of the FFB. He's going to join me on stage to help me lead these first ever Foundation Fighting Blindness Membership Awards. Jim has led the Foundation's fundraising efforts for the past 6 years. Wow. And we are all so thankful for all of his tireless work. Please help me welcome Jim Minow.
Thank you, John. Thank you. You don't know fear until you have to follow Gordon Gund on substance and John Wellner on humor. But thank you, John, and thank you for coming all the way from Los Angeles to host this event for us tonight. Thank you. And Gordon, just in case you get Angie and Stacy mixed up a little bit in the future, you know, Angie's the tall one, and Stacy is sort of the shorter one. So anyway, but they're both great employees of the Foundation Fighting Blindness. You know, there are few organizations where volunteers have the passion, the commitment, and the leadership or the vision that the volunteers bring to this organization. This year, the Board of Directors has asked us to start a formal volunteer recognition program, and we were thrilled with that opportunity. But 2 tasks proved to be challenging. The first task is that we really had too many outstanding programs, the first challenge. The Volunteer Selection Committee had to work overtime to find exceptional programs from among the ones that were merely outstanding. The second challenge we had was what to name it. You know, we thought we would go to some of the smartest folks that we knew to help name this program, and so we asked our scientists. And our scientists quickly decided that they wanted to name it for something in the eye. They thought and they thought and they scratched their heads and, you know, they said it's really not the Oscars and it's really not the Tonys. How about we call it the Rods and Conies? You know, Steve Rose, who's a Yankees fan, he wanted to call it the iRod Award. And, you know, it went downhill from there. One of the brainiest docs once wanted to call it, and you really have to work on this one, the Neuro Trophy. So then we went to the fundraisers, and they didn't care what the hell we called it as long as we sold it, the naming rights to the highest bidder. And so we're still open to suggestions from any of you, but as you've no doubt figured out by now from attending every session of this conference, that any thoughts or suggestions that you have must be tweeted in to *_pound/Visions 2012. So, we're going to start with the Vision Walk Strides Award. This award is for recognition of significant improvement of a vision walk. This award is presented to the 2 vision walks that demonstrated the most significant improvement in 2010 from the previous year in areas of team participation, walker registration, sponsorship, and fundraising. Awards are presented to 2 vision walks nationwide, one in a large fundraising market and one in a small fundraising market. The winner in the large market from the Peach State the Atlanta chapter of the Foundation Fighting Blindness. Accepting is Mickey Merkel. In 2010, the Atlanta Vision Walk raised an amazing $132,000 compared to $72,000 the year before. That's a $60,000 increase. Thanks to the dedication of the chapter leadership group, Vision Walk leadership, team captains, and all of the volunteers in Atlanta, the Atlanta Vision Walk continues to grow year after year by increasing the number of teams, the number of walkers, and dollars raised. Congratulations, Atlanta. And the winner in the small market from the Sunshine State, the Jacksonville chapter of the Foundation Fighting Blindness. Accepting is Megamani and Lisa Pleasance. Here are Megan and Lisa. In 2009, the first year that this Vision Walk took place, it was off to a slow start, but was still able to come back with a respectable 76% of its goal. The following year, Jacksonville took what they had learned from the first walk, and with the help of walk chairs Megan Money and Lisa Pleasance, knocked it out of the park, reaching 152% of their budgeted goal. The Jacksonville Vision Walk has grown immensely in the number of committee members. Thank you. Congratulations.
All right, we are ready now for the Worst Vision Walk Award. I'm just kidding. That'd be horrible. This is for Outstanding Vision Walk. This is going to recognize sustained high achievement of a vision walk. This award will go to 2 vision walks that have shown the most year-over-year success in the areas of team participation, walker registration, sponsorship, and fundraising. So we're going to give out 2 awards. There's Vision Walks Nationwide, which is for the large fundraising market walk, and a small fundraising market watch. Here is our first for Outstanding Vision Walk in a large market. The nominees are... I'm just kidding, we're not doing that either. Okay, it's Dallas. You know what? Woo! Bill Bales, who is not attending, right? There's no Bill Bales. I will accept the award on his behalf, and I will sell it on eBay. But I will tell you that the Dallas-Fort Worth Vision Walk grew from $135,000 in 2009 to over $190,000 in 2010. So that's amazing. Also, their walkers went from 400 to 1,600. And I didn't go to a state school, but that's like double. But no, 1,600 walkers, that still stands as the record, as the largest attendance at any Vision Walk. So congratulations to Dallas. I should say, too, we could make this into a little drinking game, right? Like, if your city is mentioned, you drink, yeah? So, I'm looking for the Outstanding Vision Walk in a small market. Get ready for some beers, Milwaukee! Sherry McElliton and Nicole Verson. I will do my best Milwaukee accent here. Sherry and Nicole have been walk chairs for the Milwaukee Vision Walk for the past 2 years. They are key members of a strong walk committee, which has brought their walk goal. They have made their walk goal 3 years in a row. Seriously? Congratulations. And they are the first walk to do this in the country. Their efforts have allowed Milwaukee to welcome 700 attendees for each of their events. So congratulations to Nicole and Sherry. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I'm going to give it back to Jim. Here we go.
And now on to the Chapter Momentum Award, which recognizes significant improvement of a chapter. This award will be presented to 2 chapters that demonstrated the most significant improvement in 2010 from the previous years in areas of fundraising, chapter leadership, communications, outreach, and education. Awards will be presented to 2 chapters nationwide, winner and runner-up. The Honorable Mention Award, which means runner-up, goes to the St. Louis chapter of the Foundation Fighting Blindness. Jason Morris is the president of that chapter, could not be with us today, but briefly, as chapter president and local trustee, Jason is doing a phenomenal job of growing the membership of the local chapter. Jason has also recruited strong leadership and a team responsible for engaging the community, spreading awareness, educating the community about the Foundation Fighting Blindness. Jason, his son Jack, his parents Bob and Jill have all been significant leaders in both the Vision Walk and the Dining in the Dark in St. Louis, and we cannot congratulate them enough. So please, a round of applause. And the winner, which means the winner, is from the Windy City of Chicago, the Chicago chapter of the Foundation Fighting Blindness, accepting the award, Phyllis Hamby. Phyllis is the Chicago chapter president and has filled a vacant leadership position with others. If you know one thing about Phyllis, you know that she is the ultimate team player, and others who share her passion to raise awareness, share information, raise funds to drive the research and involve in finding a cure. Phyllis and her leadership team have the chapter moving in the right direction to grow, retain membership, to beat the Chicago Vision Walk goal. Thank you very much, Phyllis and Steve. And to create partnerships across the Chicagoland area. Congratulations. John, back to you.
We are on to Outstanding Chapter. This recognizes sustained high achievement of a chapter. This award is going to go to 2 chapters that have shown the most year-over-year growth and success in the areas of fundraising, chapter leadership, communications, outreach, and education. Awards are going to be presented to 2 chapters, again, a winner and a runner-up. We're going to start this time with the winner. Nope, the honorable mention. The honorable mention is... And you know what? The drinking game, I'm going to change it up now. Now it's just, if you've been to this city before, Denver! Scott Burt is our winner, representing Denver. The Denver chapter continues to impress the FFB as they have demonstrated extraordinary leadership and dedication through raising public awareness, fundraising, and volunteer work. The Colorado Vision Walk has raised over $600,000 in 5 years. The Denver Golf Tournament, over $1 million. Congratulations. That's awesome. And over $60,000 for our newest event, the Blind Taste of the Rockies. I want to go to that. That's fun. So congratulations to Scott Burt. And now to our Outstanding Chapter. If this chapter cannot maintain its winning, then the runner-up takes it, of course. New York City, Sherry Rogers. Sherry Rogers, she is the co-president of the New York City chapter. She's a longtime supporter of the foundation. She has been a leader with the New York City chapter since it was started in 2008. She has also founded and directs a very successful Queens networking group, which meets monthly in Forest Hills, Queens. Here she comes, Sherry Rogers, everybody. Congratulations. Congratulations. You've been waiting all night for this, folks. Volunteer of the Year! Do you understand what I'm saying? 7 dynamic volunteers will be recognized for his or her excellent service and support of the Foundation's mission in 2010. 7 awards will be presented in this category. 1 award to a single outstanding volunteer in each development region. I'm changing the drinking game one more time. If you've ever heard of the city that wins, you drink. Folks, I'm actually very excited about this one. This is our first Volunteer of the Year award. I'm kind of nervous because it's going to the Florida region, Mrs. April Lefroux. Oh my God. Okay, check this out. Motivated to lead the Tampa Bay chapter since 2007 because of her sister, Melissa, is affected with RP. April's drive to make a difference, it grew even more when she and two of her children were also diagnosed with RP just last year. In addition to being a busy wife and mother who works 3 jobs, April finds the time to put her whole heart in Foundation's mission to help find a cure for her kids. And as if all that dedication weren't enough, she decided to return to pageantry, and she won the National Mrs. America crown this year in order to share her story with the world. Congratulations. That's so cool. I want a picture with you. It's Mrs. America. What?
April, you don't have to go. In the Northeast region, it's my pleasure to recognize a woman with steely resolve who has driven forward the work of the Boston chapter in the Northeast region, Martha Steele. Martha, please. If it's a job that needs to be done, Martha does it. The newsletter, the education, the outreach program, Vision Walk, the symposia, Martha is always focused on doing the job better. We are grateful for her unwavering commitment to driving the Foundation's mission and to educating the community about the great work that FFB is making possible.
We're on to the Mid-Atlantic region. If you've ever heard of that, some wine in your glass. Okay. Steve and Lisa Mack. Congratulations to Steve and Lisa Mack from the Mid-Atlantic region. Steve and Lisa continue to contribute to the FFB on many levels. They consistently prove their dedication and support to the mission, not only through their annual golf event, but also through their leadership with the Montgomery County chapter and their involvement with the Montgomery County Vision Walk and Northern Virginia Dinner. Steve and Lisa Mack.
On to the Midwest region. I'm happy to recognize the Volunteer of the Year from the only chapter in the country that refuses to name itself after the city in which it's located, and that's the Northern Lights chapter, which is somewhere in Minnesota. And that winner is Julie Anderson. Julie Anderson from the Midwest. Where's Julie? Julie has been instrumental in the Northern Lights chapter achievements. She has served as their president for the past 10 years. She's been involved with the Minneapolis Northern Lights Walk since its inception and chaired the event for 2 years. She has secured numerous $30, $20, and $10,000 sponsorships over her 4 years of involvement in the walk and has been instrumental in forming relationships with the medical community in Minneapolis. Those of you who heard Julie at our chapter training session knows that she is a woman who, quote, never gives up. So Julie, thank you for all your great commitment.
Let's head to the South. The South region. We would like to recognize Scott and Gina Smith. We would like to, but they are not here. But I can still tell you about them, because Scott and Gina Smith chaired the inaugural the Birmingham Vision Walk in 2009, which exceeded its fundraising goal for the second annual Birmingham Vision Walk. Scott served as the business chair, and through his leadership, his company was a community champion sponsor and did team fundraising, bringing in a total of $27,000. Scott and Gina have been instrumental in building the Birmingham Vision Walk and chapter, and they are exceptional volunteers, and they're not here, but I'm still very proud of them.
Almost there. From the Southwest and from the great state of Texas, I'm pleased to recognize from San Antonio, Jodi Avis from the San Antonio chapter for the Southwest Volunteer of the Year. Jodi, please come up. Jodi became president in early 2009 with aspirations of building the most impressive chapter and the most impressive vision walk in the nation, and she has certainly done that. From doing everything at the chapter, from stuffing envelopes and creating an extraordinary low vision resource guide to raising over $10,000 through her Vision Walk team, Jodi has demonstrated her passion toward finding cures and making a difference. As co-chair for the most recent Vision Walk, she helped lead our teams to raising over $230,000, making San Antonio one of the largest Vision Walk events in FFB history.
And our last volunteer of the year is from the West region, Linda Becker, who's not here also, right? But Linda has been a supporter through the Orange County chapter since its beginning. There has never been a time when Linda is not acting as an ambassador on behalf of the foundation through her daily life, whether she's walking her guide dog, riding on access transportation, or just out in the public in general. She is always ready to talk about the foundation and its mission. We congratulate her and all the volunteers who have won tonight. Thank you so much. We have more awards.
Okay, we're on to our last three awards, and I have to ask you all to quiet down just a little bit because these people are very important, and if you're not quiet, they're going to fire me. When we ask people to serve as national trustees, they are always moved and honored and eager to serve. And that is, of course, before I share with them that trustees are asked to give or raise $100,000 a year, and then I hear, "What you talking about, Minnow?" In our next award, we recognize new trustees for their notable contributions and sustained commitment to the Foundation's mission during their first 3 years of trusteeship. But this year we couldn't choose just one. So one set of winners who could not be with us tonight are Ed and Pam Babin from Philadelphia. Ed and Pam have been strong supporters of the Philadelphia Vision Walk and the Dining in the Dark, and have raised over $300,000 between both of those events in the last 2 years. Ed and Pam spread the Foundation's mission to everyone they meet and encourage participation throughout their community. They're tremendous leaders for us. Please join me in a round of applause for Ed and Pam. Our second winner is a woman I've had the pleasure and honor to work closely with over the past couple of years, and that is from the state of California and the great city of San Francisco, Jani Lehrer-Stein. Thank you. Jani has been instrumental to the Foundation's growth and presence in the San Francisco area. For the past 2 years, she has been the chair of the San Francisco Dining in the Dark, which has raised more than $1.1 million for the Foundation. Through Jani's incredible work ethic, she has helped establish important corporate and political connections for the Foundation. And in May, just last month, the U.S. Senate confirmed Jani and her presidential appointment to the National Council on Disability. The Honorable Jani Lehrer-Stein. Our final award recognizes a chapter and an individual who has set the pace in the early years for what today is our robust network of chapters and grassroots support. The founder of this chapter also happens to be a national trustee, meaning that they have given a lot of money over the years. This person is someone who has created the concept of reaching out to friends for support, meaning that their friends have given a lot of money to the Foundation over the years. And you can tell that I'm liking this person more and more, can't you? This person has inspired hundreds of volunteers around the country to start chapters in their own communities. This person and spouse has instilled in their children traits of leadership, generosity, and philanthropy. And those children now carry the torch for FFB in the city where they live, but which I'm not going to tell you or I would give it all away. This person is a co-founder of the Foundation Fighting Blindness. This person, along with her husband, now there's a first hint, has made generous matching grants known as the, note to Jim, don't say Gordon's match or you will give it away. Oh, now I get it. Please join me in presenting the Founding Chapter Award to Luli Gund and the Princeton Chapter, established in 1973.
Congratulations. Congratulations to all the winners. Thank you to Jim Minow for helping us out there. We just have a few more minutes here, and then I'm going to send it to the dance floor, and I expect to see everybody out there dancing, unless you are standing in my massive blind spot, in which case I will not see you. But, actually, no, I thought I would just tell a quick Hollywood story, because I'm here, and I thought that might be interesting. So, I get this call from my agent, assistant, because you can't actually talk to your agent until you make them money, kind of like a pimp, but with less of a soul. And she says, I have an audition for you, but here's the thing. And here's the thing is usually followed by gay porn. And she said, here's the thing, they want to see you in a Speedo. I was like, well, here we go. And she says, no, it's not like that. It's just a Speedo for a commercial. And I said, oh, okay, well, what product are they trying not to sell? Because if I'm in a thing. And she says, it's for Doritos. I said, oh, well, that makes sense, because I know when I'm watching TV, when I see a skinny, hairy Jew in a small underwear, I immediately think, like, I could get a nacho cheesy snack item right now. But here's the thing. I don't own a Speedo because I'm not a 300-pound Turkish man. So I go down to Ross because I like to dress for less, and I go to the Speedo aisle, but it turns out they're all out of Speedos. It's like a Turkish convention was in town. So I get the next best thing, which are like those small man underwear, panties, the manties, you know, the manties. So I go home and I try on this little thing, and there's hairs sticking out everywhere. And not in the sexy way you imagine upper thigh hair to be. No. So I figure this is why Schick invented the Quattro Turbo. Ladies and gentlemen, I begin my manscaping. And the thing is, once you start, when do you stop? And I couldn't do all of my legs because I'm but one man, and I don't have a pit crew. So I just went, and then I just kind of stopped. So it ends up just like hairy legs and then nothing. Well, not so much nothing as like red, bumpy patches of itchiness. And I look in the mirror, and it's way worse than it was before. But I thought, hey, maybe it'll grow back by tomorrow. It did not. So the next day I head to my audition, and I've got my Speedo, or my manties, on under my jeans. I wear Gap jeans because I've graduated from the Old Navy tax bracket, but I'm still too poor for Banana Republic. So I get to the audition, and there's tons of dudes there that look just like me. My type is called quirky, which is a nice way of saying nerdy virgin. And Thank you. The woman running the audition, she comes out, and of course, she's beautiful, right? Except I have to take my clothes off for her. It's backwards day, right? So she comes in and she explains how it's going to work. She says, okay, guys, so when you come in the room, I'll say, want to take a dip? And you think I mean in the pool, but I mean your Doritos in the ranch dressing. Do you get it? Because it's funny and brilliant. I don't know why she talks like a gay man, but she does. And she says, so what I point to you, strip down to your boxers. Boxers. Oh, that would have been so much easier and so much less red bumpiness. So I figure this is going to be one of those moments that I'll be able to talk about later in a comedy setting. But for right now, I need to go ahead and live it. Okay. So I get into the room and I come right out and I tell her, I'm like, look, I didn't own a Speedo. I was told by my agent's assistant that I should get a Speedo, but I'm not Turkish. I just don't. Oh, we're just going to start right now. Hi, I'm John Wilner. Profiles. And then she points to me. And folks, I get nervous when I take my clothes off. I don't like to take my clothes off unless I'm going to sleep with the person. And even then, I leave my socks on. So I get nervous and I start to take my shirt off, but I left my glasses on, so the shirt won't come off. It's just kind of like long, flowy shirt over my head. And then I go to take my pants down, but I left my shoes on. And you know how you can't get your jeans over your shoes, but then the shoes come off in like the pant leg vortex in there. So now the pants are just down around my ankles, and there's the red, bumpy, grassy knoll thing, and just the hair. And she points to me, and I go, they're nacho cheesier, because I'm like Coco in Fame, right? And that, ladies and gentlemen, was 6 years ago, and I'm still waiting to find out if I got that callback or not, because you never know in Hollywood what they're looking for exactly. That is what Hollywood is like. Aren't you glad you don't live there and you have respectable jobs that actually help the world? Thank you for all of that. We're going to end tonight, but before we do, I just personally want to thank a few people. Angie Vasquez, Bill Schmidt, Gordon Gund, Jim Minow. I want to congratulate all of the winners, and if you didn't win this year, I hope you will try again next year. And really thanks to all of you, because you are the foundation, and I missed some of the sessions today, but does anyone know, did they cure RP? Did anyone know? No pills or anything I can take? Someone would let me know, right? I figure. But seriously, a thank you to all of you. Thanks for inviting me to host tonight, and I'm just so honored and privileged to be part of the foundation, and I hope to meet all of you afterwards, and I really do hope that you will dance. Kick it, DJ!